Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the first episode of Trash to Cash, the series where I'm going to take material that would have been otherwise thrown away and make cool stuff out of it. It is also Finished Work Friday, so let's make something. Today we're taking pallet wood and turning it into pallets. What? Don't worry about it. It's very meta. Palletception. I don't know. Anyway, I've got a full coffee, a new job. Let's build something. That's right. We're turning pallet wood into pallets. Pallet coasters are a great gift. I'm going to show you how I built them. Let's get started. To start off, I took the boards that I'm using for the build with an 80 grit pad on the Makita sander. I'm not trying to get every little detail perfect here. I'm doing both sides and the edges, just trying to knock down rough spots, take out splinters, that kind of thing. I'm also trying to make them look a little nicer so that the final product will look a little nicer. Really, all I'm trying to do here is make it so that when the coasters are done, they can be handled without risk of splinters. Now I'm going to set the blade depth on the table saw. One of the boards that I'm using needed a straight edge on it. I don't remember where I learned this trick of using an actual straight edge against the fence with the board against that to get you a straight edge on the table saw, but it's a great trick and it works really, really well. I've set my fence at 1/4 inch. The board itself is 5/8 inch wide, so I'm cutting strips that are 5/8 by 1/4 inch. One important thing, don't get too hung up on dimensions here. You could make these as big or small as you want, depending on what you have in your shop. This is just how I wanted to do it with what I had. You could make the runners thicker or thinner. You can make the slat boards thicker or thinner or wider. Doesn't really matter. The thing to keep in mind is you want it to be consistent and as square as possible. I've got all my strips cut. I made 14 of the 5/8 by 1/4 inch strips. I also cut some 1/2 inch by 5/8 strips for the runners. Now I'm measuring out 4 inches on the miter saw, and I'm going to put a stop block there so that every piece I cut is quick and easy and the same length. Now we've got 28 slats and 4 runners because we're making a set of 4 coasters. To glue everything down, I'm using Gorilla Clear construction adhesive because that's what I had. The video that I saw that I learned how to do this from was using CA glue, and I think for next time that is probably what I'll do. It'll be faster because this way I had to wait for them to dry. All I did was space out the slats and attach the runners with a drop of the Con-Ad for each slat. I've got them laid out, and now while we're waiting for the Con-Ad to dry, we clean up the shop a little bit because we sure did make some sawdust. Now that the construction adhesive is dry, all I'm doing is securing those 3 slats with 5/8 inch 18 gauge brad nails. Thanks to my brother who very kindly gifted me the Bostitch SB125 brad nailer. After I secure those slats, I turn it over and space out 4 more slats on the top of the coaster and then do the same thing, just securing them with 2 nails into each side of each slat. When everything's done and nailed together, all I'm doing here is taking a piece of 120 grit sandpaper, just knocking down any rough edges that I can find, making sure the corners aren't sharp, making sure that it's soft enough to handle. Final step, we're going to coat these so that you can put a damp glass on them. I'm using the Varathane clear gloss because I want them to have a little bit of shine and to be protected from moisture. And there they are. They've got 3 coats of the polyurethane on them and they are ready to go. And there it is. That's it. The build is done. They're a lot of fun to make. Also, if you are interested in supporting the channel, especially if you're a tool company and you want me to do an episode of Trash to Cash with your tools, or just use your tools in a build and say nice things about them, slide into my DMs. Otherwise, there's a number of ways you can help support the channel. I do have a Patreon and I do have a Buy Me a Coffee, which I'm calling Buy Me a Tool. If you'd like to help me upgrade the shop and do things a little bit better, a little bit faster, and continue seeing cool stuff being built. And I'm also going to put links to everything I used in this build, excepting of course the pallet wood. Thanks for watching. That's episode 1. That is your finished work Friday as well. I have a lot of ideas I want to try and build. I will see you next time. I hope you enjoyed watching episode 1 as much as I enjoyed building and filming it. If you like this video, please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out and it helps to grow the channel.